For those who don't yet know, 1 week ago today, on the feast day of Our Lady of Lourdes, Archbishop Aymon officially retired as Archbishop, and at that moment, Archbishop Checchio became the new Archbishop of New Orleans. And something you may or may not know about bishops is that when they become bishops, they get to choose an episcopal motto. The episcopacy is another name for the College of Bishops. So they get to choose whatever they want for their episcopal motto. Archbishop Aymon's was God is faithful, and our current Archbishop, Archbishop Checchio, his motto actually comes from that second reading we had for today. And his motto is, be reconciled to God. I just remember back in September last year when it was announced that Archbishop Checchio would be our new Archbishop. That's when I looked up his episcopal motto, God, be reconciled to God. And I remember thinking kind of immediately, like, that dovetails really beautifully with Archbishop Aymon's motto, God is faithful. Right, to say it another way, be reconciled to our God who is faithful. His fidelity, his faithfulness is unlike anything we can experience in any other relationship. No human being is faithful like God is faithful. He never abandons us. He never leaves us, not even for a moment. In fact, he holds us in existence out of love for us, so that we would be reconciled to him. Another thing you may or may not know that might make what I'm saying a little more meaningful is that word reconciliation has a beautiful etymology. Like if you break it down, it can be understood as returning eyelash to eyelash. Cilia is Latin for eyelash. So in other words, the invitation to be reconciled to God is the invitation to be brought back face to face with him. Face to face with the God who loves you, who wants our hearts. I love the way the first reading puts it this morning, this evening. He wants us to return to him with our whole heart, to rend our hearts, to open them, to expose those places within us that are in need of healing, those places within us that we've turned away from him, that we put up walls and prevent God from entering in. Those places in our hearts that we turn our backs on the Lord. Today, the invitation is the opposite. Today, the invition is to turn toward him, face to face, eyelash to eyelash. And really, the deeper invitation this Lent is to ask for forgiveness for the ways that we have put other things between us and the Lord, for the ways that we've failed to help others recognize his presence in their lives, to recognize his love for them, and also maybe for the ways that we have actively led others away from him, for the ways we haven't lived out what St. Paul said in that second reading, recognizing that you and I are ambassadors for Jesus. We're called to go out to help others to recognize their invitation to be reconciled to him. All the ways that we fail to do this, in our own hearts and with others, all of this can be forgiven. Like none of it. Nothing we've done, nothing that has been done to us, none of it is an insurmountable obstacle for you and I to be reconciled to him. The church, through the gift that Jesus gave to his first apostles, invites us to do that in one of the most incredible sacraments that we have, the sacrament of reconciliation. Most of us know it as confession. It's this sacred space given to us by the Lord to receive his merciful love, to be reminded that he never wants us to be ashamed. He never wants us to be embarrassed about what we might bring to him, so that we can remain face to face with him, so that we can return to that posture of allowing the Lord to look on us and we look back on him, to be reconciled to him. This is the good news. This is the good news we get to be reminded of today as we begin Lent. namely that now is a very acceptable time. Now is the day of salvation. Even now, we can turn to him with our whole heart. Even now, we can be reconciled to our God, who is forever faithful, who's always with us, who's with us at this moment, who only wants us to know him more, to know his love more, so that we can know the delight in sharing his love with others. So this Lent, turn toward that God. Turn toward our God. Do not hide your face. Trust him with your whole heart. And do not be afraid to ask to receive his merciful love as often as you need to.